Dr. Ben Spencer.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. It's difficult not to take this very vindictive policy of taxing education personally. And that's not just because, as with many parents, I think in Surrey, we as a family have chosen independent education for our children. It's not only because, as a Conservative, I support all our schools and I want all our children to have the best start in life. It's because lots of different data points show that the Runnymede and Weybridge constituency is going to be one of the most heavily punished areas as part of this policy. And it's interesting to hear the Minister talk in terms of the estimated numbers in terms of children which will move out of the independent sector into the state sector. And what the many independent schools in my constituency tell me, and I speak to them and visit them pretty much, all year round, they've met with me and are desperately concerned about this policy. They've estimated it's about 5 to 10% of children who need to move out. That's probably around 500 to 1,000 people in the Runnymede and Weybridge constituency. People, it's children who, many of whom have already been disrupted by COVID, many of whom are studying for their exams, have friendship groups which are going to be disrupted, who are going to potentially move into schools which won't be able to provide the same courses or the same exam specs that they're currently receiving, and this disruption. I hear from state schools who are already, we have lots of pressures in terms of places in these schools, and the Minister will have heard from my intervention earlier during this debate in terms of admission empty spaces that we have in years 9 to 11 in the next academic year's intake. There is no space. We have lots of pressures. This policy is going to cause long-lasting damage to many children. I hope it won't, but I think the reality is it will. Now look, it's clear that given the numbers and given the full-throated support on the other side of the House, this policy is going ahead and we're not going to be able to stop it here. But at the very least, can the government support our new clause 8 to say, if they're so proud of this policy, which they clearly are, if they're so happy to defend what they see as the limited impact on young people, why are they afraid of a proper analysis going forwards? So, Madam Chairman, I would say, please think again. But I'd be at risk of misleading this House, because clearly they never fought in the first place.